Hello, everybody. This is Vinay Jaydev, and welcome to What Would I Do and What Would You Do? Here we shall discuss real life supply chain challenges and see how things go. There's no right or wrong here. This is just a discussion. This is my perspective. You'll have something else, and that's absolutely fine because there's no right or wrong here. It depends on perspectives, how one would choose to prioritize which component of the negotiation, because at the end of the day everything's a trade-off in supply chain. You have to let go of something, and you also have to prioritize something, and this is the case that we'll be taking for today, and I hope you guys disagree with what I tell. Let's say you're a supply chain manager at a mid-size, let's change the color, Kempado. Okay, you are a supply chain manager at a mid-size electronics manufacturer. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Sole supplier for a critical circuit board component, the one your whole product line depends on, just told you that they're raising the prices 22%. Amazing. Effective next month. You have a contract renewal call within with them in the next 2 hours. What would you do? तुम क्या करोगे ನೀನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? Before I do anything, let me think through what I actually know. What do I know? I know the current contract terms. Amazing. And I also know how much production this component touches. Let's say production, and because it's critical, let's assume that it's 60% on the line. Pretty important. I know the supplier has been the sole source for say 3 years. Maybe we had an annual rate contract with them, and right now they're trying to renew it, and that's where they are proposing this price increase. And this, let's change the color for a minute and say that this is the only reason why this supplier feels comfortable pushing this increase on me. In this case, what don't I know? What don't I know? All along I did not know that I have such a bad handwriting. But anyways, what don't I know? Whether there is anybody else in the whole world or in my vicinity who can make this part even badly, who can produce. Even badly. And here's the dangerous assumption. Assuming that the answer is no even before I've even checked. Right. So before I make a decision, wow, bro, wow. Grammar classes and handwriting classes together I'll have to join. Before I need to make a decision, here's one thing that I have to keep in mind. I need to know my partner. खुशियों को बांटना ज़रूरी है, नेगोशिएशन में तेरा बांटना समझना ज़रूरी है. क्यों? What's बांटना? बांटना is my best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Because right now I don't actually have one, and that's the real problem. It's not the 22%, it's I don't have an alternative. I don't have a plan B. Yeah, there's one in Belt Road, but I don't have one. Here's what Bartna actually does. It sets you a walkaway point. ಕೊಡ್ತೀಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೊಡು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then you just walk away. Chickpete all over again. Amazing. Without it, no isn't a real option. It's just a threat with nothing behind it. And the moment the other side kind of senses it, the negotiation is over even before it starts, because they know that you will have to tell yes no matter what number they give you. It's not about the number game anymore. You're not negotiating. You are not negotiating. So You need to have another option in hand. So my job in this particular situation, and for the next 2 hours, I don't have to come up with clever things to tell them over the call. It's not one of those cinematic moments that I had to convince them to not increase the price. No, it's my responsibility to find an alternative. Wow, dude, alternate connectivity. It might not be the most perfect one, it can even be a rough one, but I need one. Because when I sit down, I'm not negotiating from fear, I'm negotiating with a number that I can walk away from or that I can walk towards. How do I take a decision here? We have three options. Option 1, you accept the 22% and you just sign it today. The upside is it has zero disruption. Your production just continues. But you just permanently told them that you will pay whatever they ask because you never checked. Margin erosion will follow every quarter. It's a problem. Option B, you threaten to leave. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Wow. That's what she said. But anyways, threaten to leave with nothing checked. The upside is that it might rattle them for a small concession. But if they don't blink, just in case if they don't blink, you have nothing to back up. And now they know it, which weakens every future negotiation with them, which is also a problem. You have option 3. You use the 2 hours to call the backup supplier that you identified in step 2. You get a rough quote and you negotiate it against a real number. What is there's a massive upside to it, which is leverage. And now you know the actual walkaway point. In my opinion, every conversation you have is a negotiation. You're trying to convince your parents that you want to go to Goa, or you are convincing your parents so that they let you go to Goa. That's a negotiation. Your parents are trying to convince you not to go to Goa. That is a negotiation. You're asking someone out. That's a negotiation. You're asking for a pay increase. That's a negotiation. You're discussing for a rent decrease. That is a negotiation. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದಾಗಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಲಗೋವರೆಗೂ every conversation is a negotiation. So Bhatna teaches us to have a plan B so that you can negotiate with confidence. You have these three options here that we just discussed. Here's what I would do. I'm optimizing for real leverage over speed today. I'm spending the next 45 minutes trying to get a backup quote before the call, because a Bhatna isn't a Bhatna. It's not just a Bhatna, it's a hope wearing a business suit. Here's what I'm not doing. I'm not sitting down across table with them empty-handed and calling it a negotiation. No, negotiations don't work that way. Bhatna will help you negotiate confidently. Okay, it's gonna not negotiate confidently, it will help you negotiate in the first place. It's very, very, very important. So yeah, I think I would go with option C. This is what I would do. What would you do?